The essential component of our Augustes Cottage is our Meaningful Day program, which is a wellness-based program where we nurture 8 domains of wellness within our residents' being on a regular basis. Those 8 domains would be intellectual wellness, physical wellness, emotional wellness, occupational, social, environmental, and creative wellness. Okay. Starting first with our intellectual domain of wellness, we know that even when an individual is beset with dementia, it's still very important to exercise our brains. And so on a daily basis, we exercise our brains through various challenging cognitive activities for our residents. Secondly, we have our physical domain of wellness. It's important for all of us to exercise our bodies, but we also know that there is a myriad of research out there that tells us that not only is there a physical benefit for people with dementia to work out and to be physically active, but there's also an affective or emotional component to that as well. So twice daily, actually, we have physical activity for our residents, a minimum, I should say, of twice daily activities for our residents in our Augustes Cottages. Thirdly, we nurture our spiritual domain of wellness because we know how important it is for our residents to be able to tap into those traditions if it has been a part of their life thus far. We also make sure that we have that domain of emotional wellness nurtured on a regular basis. We want our residents to have as many opportunities for moments of joy throughout each day, even in the midst of a challenging cognitive state such as dementia. Then we look at our residents' occupational domain of wellness. This is actually what we call a person-centered concept, where we know that everybody throughout their life has roles that they have played throughout their lives that defines them. And so we want to make sure that we honor those residents' life roles, their occupations, those things that they've done throughout life that have defined them, to help them continue to experience them, if it's at all possible, even in an approximated fashion, or certainly reminisce and talk about and relive those roles. Our social domain of wellness is very important. Human beings by nature are social creatures, and we know that the aspect of having dementia in and of itself sometimes can be isolating. As we begin to doubt our abilities and doubt ourselves, we want to make sure our residents still have that social component and are among friends, and we become a family within our cottages. Environmental wellness is also very important. We want our residents to feel like they're at home rather than feeling like they're in an institutional setting. So we have many home-like aspects that we provide to our residents. Similarly, getting outside into a beautiful courtyard, doing some gardening, being with nature, and then even taking outings out in the community really helps us to nurture that environmental wellness aspect of our residents' well-being. And then finally, creative domain. The creative domain of wellness is extremely important. As people with dementia begin to lose their voices, sometimes they also then lose that corresponding ability to express themselves or share with us information about what they're feeling, their perspective on the world. And so by being able to paint, by being able to sculpt clay, by being able to start something from scratch and finish with something that can be definable, or something that has a finishing point and also has that expressive component, we help them to continue to find their voices through these creative means in a very impactful way. If we are able to successfully nurture all 8 domains of wellness within our residents, research and just our own anecdotal experience tells us that our residents will find themselves to be more likely less anxious, have a more positive affect or emotional state, and they will define themselves as being happier than individuals who might not have these domains of wellness nurtured within them on a regular basis. I can tell you when I started in memory care 26 years ago, it was very much if we had people that were safe, if they were eating well, if they were experiencing good hygiene and having good medical care, we thought, okay, we're doing a great job of caring for them. Well, over the years, we know there's so much more to life than just those very basic aspects. And so this is why the domains of wellness have come into play, to really look at that holistic model of care rather than simply looking on the physical or the basic needs of human beings and going beyond that and really looking at that holistic perspective. So we feel we differ from other memory care venues with the fact that we do have a very circumspect, very specific way of looking at our residents' well-being from that holistic perspective. We are very careful with our language in the way that we serve our residents with Alzheimer's and dementia. For instance, it's not uncommon at all for people to talk about people who are suffering from Alzheimer's disease or dementia. We take issue with that. We know it's a challenge. We know it's not easy to live life with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's or dementia, but with our wellness-based perspective, we feel that we want our residents to live with their dementia and be able to function at the very best level that they can given these challenging disease states. So truly, life with dementia we feel is very possible, and a very good life and a very good quality of life is very possible within our cottages. We're hoping our residents are living a happy life every day that they are with us, and that is what we strive to offer to them within our Augustes Cottages.